Heather Grant, and I'm here with Brenda Ratliff of the Ann Arbor MQG, and they do something really great for guild programming. They have a round robin program.
Oh yeah, round robin is my favorite.
So tell me about it.
Well, we have, basically the round robin is that if you decide to join, you work on each other's quilts, and you do this perpetually for as long or as big as you want your quilt to be. When you start, you bring either a starter block or some sort of inspiration. Some people add a couple pieces of fabric in there and a note of maybe what your intentions are. Some people say, whatever you want, or I really like straight lines, or I'm super into triangles.
Yeah.
And maybe some color ideas. But really, then you have to trust your guildmates to make a quilt for you.
Yeah, so is this something you do at like retreat or sew days, or?
We do this every month at our meeting. So
wow.
It's something that you would take home and you work on, and then we do a segment in our meeting where we show off the round robin quilts. So we get to see the progress month to month.
You already have like guild programming every month related to it.
It's really cool because you get to see what every person brings to the quilt from the beginning all the way through to the end.
So you really get to see the progression of the quilt.
Right, and what you add to my quilt is going to be different than what I add to your quilt. So it's really fun. So
that's awesome.
We have a chair, someone in charge, and then that person you would tell them, let's say that you're going on vacation next month or you're really busy and you can't work on round robin. You would just take your own quilt home for that month.
So you kind of swap all the quilts around, and then if you're not going to participate for a month or two, you just take it out.
You just take it out, put it back in whenever you want, and you take it out when you're filled. So anybody can drop in at any time. You can start your quilt at any time. And if you need to stop, but we've been doing this perpetually now for about 5 years.
How many quilts do you think your guild has completed as a group?
Oh, I don't know, over a dozen. I know that we've had a few that have actually been in QuiltCon too, so we've had some in the quilt show.
Oh, wow.
And we can enter that in the group category, which is really cool.
Yeah, so you enter it in quilt shows, and it's a way to really and I'm sure it kind of introduces a lot of new people to each other in the guild, and they get to know each other. And
you do get to know people by their fabric choices, which is actually a really nice way to get to know people.
Yeah.
And the way that the techniques. And some people, like let's say you really were interested in curves, and maybe I didn't know how to do curves. I might learn something by working on your quilt because I'm pushing myself to do something boundaries for you.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of work with what other people give you.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the pieces. Sometimes they're not all put together. Sometimes they're in pieces in the bag or the box. You know, you create.
So it's a design challenge too.
Right.
Wow, that's
pretty neat.
I know. So guild programming, design challenge, quilts for shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is like, I want to go back to my guild and tell them all about it because it's so great.
Absolutely.
Wow. So, what do you think what is the best part of, like, out of all these wonderful things, what do you think is the best part?
Well, I think that just being able to, you've got something made by your friends, and really my guildmates are my friends now. You know, you start not knowing anybody and you get really close to them. So you've got this piece of artwork, and that all these people have thought about you while they were making it.
Wow, that's really great. Thanks, Brenda. So that's a really great way to get some guild programming and build your community in your guild.